book two now?
Sorry.
That's okay. We're on the Chronicles of Narnia. We're on book two now. So this is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Hmm?
We're on chapter six.
The one we finished was
The one we finished was the first one, which was the Magician's
Magician's
Nephew.
Nephew. Yep.
Mhm. Which I think Jay was there for part of
Some
that.
of it. Yeah.
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 Nice. Let's go. Man, we were making and wait, what chapter are we on for this book?
We're on chapter six.
Man, we're making some freaking progress. What the heck?
We are.
Oh, okay.
There's 17 chapters total, but
Did we skip a chapter?
we did not.
Dang.
You might have fallen asleep,
Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
but I did not skip a chapter, no.
All right. Keep on line.
I'm not lying.
It's good.
Do you want to recap?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I remember everything.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Because you seem to think we skipped a chapter.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Chapter six. Into the forest. I wish the McCready would hurry up and take all these people away, said Susan presently. I'm getting horribly cramped. And what a filthy smell of camphor, said
Hey,
Edmund.
okay, not to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I meant to ask Jay if you wanted to also be involved in the reading, man, and if you had a book you wanted to share, we could break it up. Typically we do 30-30. We could break it
Yeah.
up in what's that hour divided by three,
Would be like 2020.
20-20. So if you wanted to do that, Jay,
I'm currently searching.
yeah, if you have anything you want to read, yeah. I mean, take your time. If you want to, you can message in the chat, hey, I got a book I can read.
Oh
Um,
no, I definitely have one.
okay. So I guess we get 20 each.
Yep,
All right. So it's on you. Okay. Sorry.
it's okay. I expect the pockets of these coats are full of it, said Susan, to keep away the moths. There's something sticking into my back, said Peter. And isn't it cold? Said Susan. Now that you mention it, it is cold, said Peter. And hang it all, it's wet too. What's the matter with this place? I'm sitting on something wet. It's getting wetter every minute. He struggled to his feet. Let's get out, said Edmund. They've gone. Oh, said Susan suddenly, and everyone asked her what was the matter. I'm sitting against a tree, said Susan, and look, it's getting light over there. By Jove, you're right, said Peter. And look, there and there. It's trees all around, and this wet stuff is snow. Why, I do believe we've gotten into Lucy's wood after all. And now there was no mistaking it, and all four children stood blinking in the daylight of a winter day. Behind them were coats hanging on pegs. In front of them were snow-covered trees. Peter turned at once to Lucy. I apologize for not believing you, he said. I'm sorry. Will you shake hands? Of course, said Lucy, and did. And now, said Susan, what do we do next? Do, said Peter. Why, go and explore the world, the wood, of course. Ugh, said Susan, stamping her feet. It's pretty cold. What about putting on some of these coats? They're not ours, said Peter doubtfully. I'm sure nobody would mind, said Susan. It isn't as if we wanted to take them out of the house. We shan't even take them out of the wardrobe. I never thought of that, Sue, said Peter. Of course, now you put it that way, I see. No one could say you had bagged a coat, as long as you leave it in the wardrobe where you found it, and I suppose this whole country is the wardrobe. They immediately carried out Susan's very sensible plan. The coats were rather too big for them, so that they came down to their heels and looked more like royal robes than coats when they put them on. But they all felt a good deal warmer, and each thought the others looked better in their new get-up and more suitable to the landscape. We can pretend we are Arctic explorers, said Lucy. This is going to be exciting enough without pretending, said Peter, as he began leading the way forward into the forest. They were heavy, darkish clouds There were heavy, darkish clouds overhead, and it looked as if there might be more snow before night. I say, began Edmund presently, oughtn't we to be bearing a bit more to the left? That is, if we are aiming for the lamp post? He had forgotten, for the moment, that he must pretend never to have been in the wood before. The moment the words were out of his mouth, he realized that he had given himself away. Everyone stopped. Everyone stared at him. Peter whistled. So you really were here, he said. That time Lou said she'd met you in here, and you made out she was telling lies? There was a dead silence. Well, of all the poisonous little beasts, said Peter, and he shrugged his shoulders and said no more. There seemed indeed no more to say, and presently the four resumed their journey, but Edmund was saying to himself, I'll pay you all out for this, you pack of stuck-up, self-satisfied prigs. Where are we going, anyway? Said Susan, chiefly for the sake of changing the subject. I think Lou ought to be the leader, said Peter. Goodness knows she deserves it. Where will you take us, Lou? What about going to see Mr. Tumnus? Said Lucy. He's the nice fawn I told you about. Everyone agreed to this, and off they went, walking briskly and stamping their feet. Lucy proved a good leader. At first she wondered whether she would be able to find the way, but she recognized an odd-looking tree on one place and a stump in another, and brought them on to where the ground became uneven, and into the little valley, and at last to the very door of Mr. Tumnus's cave. But there was a terrible surprise awaiting them. The door had been wrenched off its hinges and broken to bits. Inside the cave was dark and cold, and had the damp feel and smell of a place that had not been lived in for several days. Snow had drifted in from the doorway and was heaped on the floor, mixed with something black, which turned out to be the charred sticks and ashes from the fire. Someone had apparently flung it about the room, and then stamped it out. The crockery lay smashed on the floor, and the picture of the fawn's father had been slashed to shreds with a knife. Here's the picture of that scene.
Hey, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta post it in the book group too if you can.
Okay.
Yeah, I love like seeing pictures. I don't know. I love like going back to them, and I'll use them in the content sometimes too.
All right. I'll try to remember.
Thank you.
This is a pretty good washout, said Edmund. Not much good coming here. What is this? Said Peter, stooping down. He had just noticed a piece of paper which had been nailed through the carpet to the floor. Is there anything written on it? Asked Susan. Yes, I think there is, answered Peter. But I can't read it in this light. Let's get out into the open air. They all went out in the daylight and crowded around Peter as he read out the following words. The former occupant of these premises, the Fawn Tumnus, is under arrest and awaiting his trial on a charge of high treason against Her Imperial Majesty Jadis, Queen of Narnia, Chanteline of Cher Paravel, Empress of the Lone Islands, etc. Also of comforting her said Majesty's enemies, harboring spies, and fraternizing with humans. Signed, Magram, Captain of the Secret Police. Long live the Queen. The children stared at each other. I don't know that I'm going to like this place after all, said Susan. Who is this Queen, Lou? Said Peter. Do you know anything about her? She isn't a real queen at all, answered Lucy. She's a horrible witch, the White Witch. Everyone, all the wood people, hate her. She has made an enchantment over the whole country, so that it is always winter here and never Christmas. I I wonder if there's any point in going on, said Susan. I mean, it doesn't seem particularly safe here, and it looks as if it won't be much fun either. And it's getting colder every minute, and we've brought nothing to eat. What about just going home? Oh, but we can't, said Lucy suddenly. Don't you see? We can't just go home. Not after this. It is all on my account that the poor fawn has got into this trouble. He hid me from the witch and showed me the way back. That's what it means by comforting the queen's enemies and fraternizing with humans. We simply must try to rescue him. A lot we could do, said Edmund, when we haven't even got anything to eat. Shut up, you, said Peter, who was still very angry with Edmund. What do you think, Susan? I have a horrid feeling that Lou is right, said Susan. I don't want to go a step further, and I wish we'd never come, but I think we must try to do something for Mr. Whatever his name is. I mean the fawn. That's what I feel too, said Peter. I'm worried about having no food with us. I'd vote for going back and getting something from the larder, only there doesn't seem to be any certainty of getting into this country again when once you've got out of it. I think we'll have to go on. So do I, said both the girls. If only we knew where the poor chap was imprisoned, said Peter. They were all still wondering what to do next when Lucy said, Look, there's a robin with such a red breast. It's the first bird I've seen here, I say. I wonder, can birds talk in Narnia? It almost looks as if it wanted to say something to us. Then she turned to the robin and said, Please, can you tell us where Tumnus the fawn has been taken to? As she said this, she took a step toward the bird. It at once flew away, but only as far as to the next tree. There it perched and looked at them very hard, as if it understood all they had been saying. Almost without noticing that they had done so, the four children went a step or two nearer to it. At this, the robin flew away again, to the next tree, and once more looked at them very hard. You couldn't have found a robin with a redder chest or a brighter eye. Do you know, said Lucy, I really believe he means us to follow him. I've an idea he does, said Susan. What do you think, Peter? Well, we might as well try it, answered Peter. The robin appeared to understand the matter thoroughly. It kept going from tree to tree, always a few yards ahead of them, but always so near that they could easily follow it. In this way it led them on, slightly downhill. Wherever the robin alighted, a little shower of snow would fall off the branch. Presently the clouds parted overhead, and the winter sun came out, and the snow all around them grew dazzlingly bright. They had been traveling in this way for about half an hour with the two girls in front, when Edmund said to Peter, If you're not still too high and mighty to talk to me, I have something to say which you'd better listen to. What is it? Asked Peter. Hush! Not so loud, said Edmund. There's no good frightening the girls, but have you realized what we're doing? What? Said Peter, lowering his voice to a whisper. We're following a guide we know nothing about. How do we know which side that bird is on? Why shouldn't it be leading us into a trap? That's a nasty idea. Still, a robin, you know. They're good birds in all the stories I've ever read. I'm sure a robin wouldn't be on the wrong side. If it comes to that, which is the right side? How do we know that the fawns are in the right and the queen, yes, I know we've been told she's a witch, is in the wrong? We don't really know anything about either. The fawn saved Lucy. He said he did, but how do we know? And there's another thing, too. Has anyone the least idea of the way home from here? Great Scott, said Peter. I hadn't thought of that. And no chance of dinner either, said Edmund. And here's a picture of the robin, and that's the end of the chapter.
Let's go. I love it. I love it. I love it. That was intense. It's bringing thoughts or remembrance of scenes of the movie. So it's really kind of getting there. Um I'm seeing it, but there's details that obviously are, not in the movie, which is drawing out the book a lot more, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the familiarity of the characters, and like the first book was completely different, because it was just like there was. Is there a movie tied to that? The first book?
No,
Yeah, there's
they
not.
didn't
Oh,
they didn't make a movie about the first book.
okay, okay,
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
yeah.
they only have the first movie that they made for this series
Mm.
was this one, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
What was the first book then?
The
I
first book
thought that
was
was the first book.
Nope, the first book was The Magician's Nephew.
Oh,
That's like the
I
prequel
learned
to
something new today.
Yeah, that's like the prequel to this whole story because Jadis the Queen um of Narnia or like the White Witch.
Mm.
She came from another world that she had conquered, and had been brought to Narnia by the magician's nephew. Um, and so that's kind of how she comes to be a part of the story.
The other world was the dragons. That's where they had all those other creatures, which was in book one.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because book one wasn't even really like humans, right? It was like creatures.
Well, book one, there were humans. Like it was it started off in London with the nephew
Mm,
and his friend, the girl, Polly, and
hmm
I remember the name of the boy, the nephew. But the magician had given him the rings, where they could go
Yeah.
to the different worlds.
hmm
And they were exploring the different worlds, and that's how they found Jadis the Queen. They brought her back to London. Then they were trying to get her back to her place. They
Mm,
accidentally took her into the new world that Aslan was creating. They met Aslan,
mm,
which was Narnia.
yeah.
Then they had to try to keep the queen from being evil for a while, but obviously in this book she brought evil to Narnia.
Yeah. Wow. That was good. Thank you, Kay.
Thank
Hmm.
you.
That was really good. Absolutely. Jay, if you want to go up, man, you can next if you want.
Uh, sure. Why not?
Or if you want.
Well, to me, I haven't read a book aloud to anybody since I don't know, middle school.
Hey, that's why these groups are here, bro. Like, part of me loved school. Like I said, part of me loved it, but I love the fun teachers, like the fun, like the Friday pizza party days, like the party and movie days, where like that's why I have a movies and TV shows group. Like I'm bringing all that back. I just brought it back in groups.
Exactly.
Yep, all the good part of school.
But the book I have is called The House at the End of the World by Dean Koontz.
Ooh, come on! All right,
Alrighty,
20 minutes, man.
we start chapter one, the
Let's do it.
last light of the day. Katie lives alone on the island. She lives less for herself than for the dead. This is just another day in April, a Tuesday defined by isolation and hard-won serenity, until it isn't. Built in the 1940s, her small house is a sturdy structure of stone. In addition to a bath, the residence has a kitchen, bedroom, living room, armory, and cellar. The house is on a knoll, surrounded on four sides by a yard, on three sides by woods beyond the yard. The front door faces a slope to a single shore, a dock, a boathouse, and open water. Her domain is a quiet refuge. She has not heard any human voice but her own in a few months, and she rarely speaks aloud. Lacking television, radio, or internet, she hoards 7 CD players with 6 disc magazines, which are no longer manufactured. But for a few hours a day, she has music, always classical. Mozart, Beethoven, Brahms, Chopin, Haydn, Liszt. She has no interest in pop tunes or American standards. Regardless of how beautiful the voice, the lyrics too poignant really remind her of all that she has lost and all that she has forsaken. Having found peace in her isolation, she won't put it at risk. Set into the hillside, a flight of concrete stairs with a painted iron railing leads to the shore. As she descends, a pied rock dove waits for her at the bottom, perched on Newell Coast. The bird seems to always know when she will walk to the shoreline or come down from the house from another purpose. It is not afraid of her, never takes wing at her approach, but seems merely curious. Katie wonders if the scent of civilization has so faded from her that the creatures on the island now consider her one of them, rather than either an interloper or a predator. Soon more than 1,000 blue heron will migrate to a rookery on another island far from the north of Katie's retreat. When breeding is done, one will now and then stalk the shallows of the shore for sustenance, like a beautiful descendant from the Jurassic era. Tied up in the boathouse, a 20-foot cabin cruiser with an inboard outboard engine control from the wheelhouse offers range and speed. She uses it 2 or 3 times a month, taking a cruise to nowhere and back. As necessary, only as necessary, she goes to the mainland to have the boat serviced at the nearest marina. She has not gone into town in 5 months since visiting her dentist. She parks a Range Rover in a rented garage there. She pays a local to drive it twice a month to keep it ready for her use. There is nowhere in the world she wishes to go, but experience has taught her to be prepared for all contingencies. Even the island at the remote end of the archipelago now enjoys cell phone service. She rarely makes a call. She sends text messages to no one but Hockenberry Marine Services, Hockenberry Delivery Groceries, tanks of propane, and other goods twice a month. They are pleased to carry any items up the stairs to the house, but she always declines, as she does today. She is only 36 and in superb physical condition. She needs no assistance. Besides, she has given Hockenberry a boathouse key and prefers not to interact with anybody. The boathouse is of the same stone as the residence. At the inland end, a separate and well soundproof chamber house houses the propane-fired generator that provides the electricity from the residence and for the pump that brings water from the well. The cabin cruiser is beyond it in the lower forward chamber, tied to cleats in a forward floating slip and snugged against rubber fenders. It wallows almost imperceptibly in mild currents washed beneath the big roll-up door. A gangway leads up the slip to a storage area in the same level as the dock. Here, among other things, is a refrigerator in which the delivery men leave perishable goods. Sturdy cardboard boxes contain other items and stand beside the fridge. When propane is needed, they leave tanks in the generator room, where they also leave 3-gallon cans of fuel for the boat. Now Katie straps the grocery cartons on a dolly with large wheels designed to climb steps easily, and she pulls it up to the house. 2 trips are required to transfer the entire order. After she returns the dolly to the upper level of the boathouse and closes the door, she stands at the end of the dock, surveying the world of hers in the last 90 minutes of daylight. The sky is for the most part blue, though a filigree of white clouds decorates it randomly, like a long ribbon of lace unraveling. When the sun westers a little further, those scrolls and obelisks will be transferred to gold in the oblique night. Decades earlier, the water was murky. The introduction of zebra mussels, which fed on algae, improved the clarity. The rocky floor in some shipwrecks are visible to depth of 80 feet or more. Here, at the tail of the archipelago, faced south-southwest, we can see only 2 other islands. When she purchased this property, which is more than half a mile long and somewhat less than half a mile wide, its remote suited both her mood and bank account. In 1946, when the first resident moved here, a young World War II veteran, the island had no name, and he didn't give it one. The second owner, Tanner Walsh, a poet, novelist, and mystic, called it Jacob's Ladder, a reference to the Old Testament prophet who claimed to have seen the treadway to heaven. In the first week of her occupation, gripped by bitterness and anger, Katie thought of her new home as Bottom Rung Island. Back then, the climb to heaven seemed impossibly long and arduous, the attainment of grace forever beyond reach. The smaller of the 2 nearest islands, Oak Haven, lies half a mile to the east. Nearer to the mainland, it's a third the size of her sanctuary, with a large shingled Cape Cod house that has a charming white veranda. She doesn't know the names of those who live there, and she has no desire to know. The other interpretation in the wilderness, or in the wideness of water, looms 2 miles south-southwest of Katie's position. It is 4 times the length of her property and perhaps twice as wide. Watercraft and helicopters, some big twin-engine models, traffic between the mainland and that last most isolate island. Some days more frequently than others. The stone quay and long and formidable and the stone quay is a long and formidable, With a deep water port on a few of Katie's outings, she has seen the dock bustling with workers offloading vessels. A facility of some kind lies at the heart of the place, but those structures can't be seen. A dense pine forest encircles the island, needled palisades that screen out prying eyes. The island is Ring Rock, named for its immense pillar, a natural formation on which it stands. Even the Huckleberry deliverymen know nothing more about Ring Rock and never go there. If the helicopters bore the insignia of one service or another, that would be proof that Ring Rock is a military installation, except for the registration numbers on the aft section of the fuselage and the short number on the engine clothing. However, none of the aircraft is ever identified. Likewise, the boats that visit there. The week during which Katie first toured Jacob's Ladder and made an offer for it, distant Ringrock had been in a period of relative quiet. She hadn't been concerned about it. The realtor, Gunnar Lindblom, implied that Ringrock was a research station operated by the Environmental Protective Agency. That seemed benign. It also proved to be mere rumor. Perhaps some residents on the hundreds of islands northeast of hers or those in the shore communities know what facilities occupy that island in the chain. However, Katie never associates with the other islanders, rarely with the mainlanders, and when she does interact with the latter, she never gossips. If she asks questions of others, they will surely ask questions of her. By sharing her past, she cuts herself with sharp memories. Having stopped bleeding at last, she is determined not to reopen the wounds. Her hope is that the mysterious island is nothing but a retreat for corporate honchos or serves as some other purpose for a private enterprise. People who are driven by profit motive do not scare her. With rare exception, their ultimate intention is to get rich by serving customers, not by crushing them. It is the installation, if the installation is under the auspices of the EPA, the CDC, the NSA, the CIA, or some federal black op outfit with no name, that is more problematic. Katie is suspicious of authority. She distrusts those who prefer power to money or who seek money not by working but by exercising their power. She isn't a survivalist, but she intends to survive. She's not a prepper, though she makes preparation. She does not believe that she's living in the end times, even if on occasion she wonders. Isolation is a wall against fear and despair. Only nature, quiet, and time for reflection can heal her, if she can be healed. After 26 months on Jacob's Ladder, her fear has largely faded, and her despair has gradually eased into a settled sorrow. She is not happy, nor is she unhappy. She takes pleasure in her endurance. Now, as she turns away from the water, intending to go to the house to have a glass of wine while making a dinner, an eruption of activity at Ringrock startles her. She pivots towards the noise and squints into the slant of the late afternoon sunlight. As though there are elements of elaborate Swiss clock as it strikes the hour, two helicopters abruptly rise out of the center of the island. The first, a pilot and passenger model. The other, perhaps, with four seats. Just a flotilla of fiberglass racing boats departs the quay. The latter are sleek, low in the water. She thinks there are six. The shriek of turbine engines, the hard clatter of air-chopping rotors, and the growl of outboard motors slap against the water like skipping stones. One chopper heads south, the other north. They appear to be searching for something on Ring Rock, traversing the ground from right to left, then left to right. Sunlight slides like molten gold across the advanced glass cockpit of the aircraft heading in this direction. Two racing boats follow the shoreline to the northeast while two speed southwest, and the remaining pair sweep back and forth along the quay, a perimeter patrol. Ring Rock is not a prison. The presence of a penitentiary would be known to Gunnar Lindblom and the other locals, both as an important employer and an object of concern. Most likely, she's not witnessing an escape, but a penetration. If the facility is a high security operation, those guarding it will react like this when electric fence is breached. Whatever is happening, it's none of Katie's concern. She is in retreat from the company of strangers and is acutely aware of the danger of calling attention to herself by being concerned about the activities of others. She has no family in the outside world. They are all dead. Life insurance proceeds and the sale of two houses were a significant contributing factor to her ability to buy this remote and little valued island. Enough funds remain to support her longer than she expects to live life. As she re- as the searchers at Ringrock rattle the day with their frenzied actions, Katie leaves the dock. The rook dove has abandoned the post at the foot of the stairs. As Katie ascends, she sees a raven on the chimney cap. The bird faces east, as if it is a sentinel charged with welcoming the night that, just beyond the horizon, crawls up towards the turning world. And that is chapter one.
Wow. That's cool.
I'm not much of a out loud reader. I gotta practice.
You did great. You did great. What genre is this book?
So this is going to be a mystery.
Oh, is this one you wrote?
No, this is not. This is written by Dean Koontz.
Dean Cooks. Okay. It's a mystery. Oh,
Yep, my favorite
I
author.
was about to say, he wrote this. Jay wrote this?
no.
No,
Oh.
although I do take a lot of inspiration in my writing from Dean Koontz.
It sounds like you're writing. Yeah. Wow. The biblical references in it, that was crazy. Jacob's ladder. I wasn't expecting that.
Not something you would expect me to read.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, man. Like that was kind of new. Like, wow. But it was dark though. Very dark.
Oh yeah, it gets very dark.
This is very dark. So wait, so is she kidnapped?
No, she owns the island that she's on.
She owns it. Okay. 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 I was painting the setting and I was trying to get are there images or imagery with the book?
No pictures.
No pictures. Okay. I'm gonna ask AI to generate something. All right, cool.
You
That's
can just
dope.
search it online, but I mean, even the picture on the cover is nothing more than the words of the book.
So it's not a picture, it's just words.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Could you send me a screenshot of the picture of the book? Or if you can't, I could try to find it online.
I can just turn on my camera real quick.
Yeah, I'd love to, and only because I'm gonna use it in the content. Hey, is that guy? Nice. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice. It sounds just like how it looks.
Let's see, and let me read the back for you.
Hmm.
In retreat from a devastating loss and crushing injustice, Katie lives alone in a fortress-like stone house on Jacob's Ladder Island. Once a rising star in the art world, she finds refuge in her painting. The neighboring island of Ringrock houses a government research facility, and now two agents have arrived on Jacob's Ladder in search of someone or something they refuse to identify.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely Mr. Ballin vibes. Definitely. Wow.
I enjoy my mysteries. I enjoy my darker stories.
Absolutely.
I mean, I could have pulled out Stephen King's It, but that's a little bit too dark.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Like Kay, I knew she was quiet. She sounded scared. I was like, she's terrified right now. Yo.
I watched the movie. That's good enough.
Did you watch
Nah.
the new TV show, Welcome to Derry?
Absolutely not.
It's so good.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, that's right.
Got to join us on one of the movies and TV shows, man. You have to watch it.
Yep.
You guys can do
If
that.
I could get you guys to watch that,
Join the private movies and TV shows. Let that be one of the five, bro. Come on.
that'll be one of them.
All right, there you go, Kay. Lock him in. Lock him in, Kay.
He can be in, and then you just let me know when
No, no, you gotta come. You
yeah.
gotta come.
And
Oh,
then
you
I
gotta
will
come. You gotta
not
come. No,
be
okay.
there.
I
I
will
will
switch the days.
resubscribe to HBO myself
Let's
to
go.
get you guys to watch that.
We're watching it. I'm gonna switch it up any day that Kay joins. We're gonna watch it. That's it. Okay, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Don't do this.
Well, next week I will not be there anyway.
D-
So
don't do this.
no, it's just the truth because it's the
No.
Super Bowl and I'm babysitting.
Is the
But
Super Bowl already next week? I lost
Dang,
track.
that's
yeah,
crazy.
it
What
is.
the heck? Ah, yeah, that's insane. That's
Anyhow,
insane. That is insane. Who's made it to the Super Bowl?
the Seahawks and the
The
Patriots.
Patriots?
Yep, the
The
Seahawks and
The
Pats.
Seahawks and the Patriots? Man, when was the last time that happened?
a while, but
Man,
yeah, but it's the Seahawks' turn to win.
Nah. I don't know. Last time the Seahawks, yeah, that was the last time they lost last
Last
time.
time the Patriots
The
won, so
Patriots won, yeah.
it's the Seahawks' turn. I said.
Nah, the Patriots are gonna take it. They're gonna take it.
Are you just saying that because I said I'm going for the Seahawks?
Yep. So if you would have said the Bengals, it's Seahawks all day.
I know.
you kids.
Right. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, this is dope. Jay, so lock it in with Kay, the groups that you want to be in, so I can send you the private Discord links. And I'll also add you to the groups on Facebook. That way I can lock you in because we share the pictures and stuff together. So I'm gonna lock you in so that if we have things that we post inside of Discord, you can be a part of that conversation.
Hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. But just lock it in with her and Kay, you can just let me know.
Okay.
Okay. Or we could just set up. I know you had to set up one time in like Excel, but do you still have that sheet?
Yeah, but I
Okay.
just haven't updated it in a long
In a
time.
long time.
We didn't actually use it.
Right. Okay. So I guess since this is the case, like we can talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll read now because
Mm-hmm.
we're on some scary vibes.
Yeah.
Um, see where we left off here.
Get the last 20.
What are you reading, Trey?
Man, so we've started the series called Run. There's 4 books. Run, Hide. Was it Run, Hide, Fight? Um, I think it's called no, I think it's 3 books. So Run, Hide, and then Fight. Um, and so I think we're on Hide now.
Yep.
Yep.
I think you had joined us for one time when we
Mhm.
were reading Run. That was the first book. Uh, so now we're on the second one.
Yep.
It's called Hide, and they went into
Hide.
the cave. And
Yep.
that's where they're at now.
You want to give them a summary?
Well, I kind of did just now. Just gave us
Yeah.
something.
Yes, true. Yeah. Look, they were running and then they went into a cave. That's true.
They ran and now they're
And
hiding.
now they're hiding. Yeah,
Right.
they were
That
running
just
away
sums
from
it up pretty
monsters.
good.
Yeah, I thought so. I
That's
thought
true.
so.
That's true. That's true. All right, let's do it. Hide it is. All right. So we're on chapter 3. Okay. All right, here we go. Chapter 3, Hide, the Hunted Book 2. They all hear the trickling sound together, and it makes every one of them freeze. Reed's mouth instantly starts to water, his terrible thirst almost strong enough to turn him into a desperate animal. Almost. Instead, he waits with as much patience as he can muster while the rest of the kids surge forward, stumbling over each other, shoving and pushing together to get the water. Reed is disgusted that Marcus is the first in line and refuses to share when the source of the water glitters into view up ahead. The kids crowd around behind while he sticks his face into the vertical stream and drinks as it tumbles from the ceiling and into a small pool on the side of the trail. Some of the kids manage to sprawl at his feet and scoop handfuls from the pool, but they don't last long. Reed sees them spit the stuff out and back off. but it's obviously clean from the source, as Marcus wouldn't still be taking up the whole thing for himself. Reed helps a few kids knock down in the stampede and sees Layla doing the same. He makes it to Marcus, gently forcing kids aside, and yanks him back as hard as he can. Marcus spins around, face wet, eyes furious, but Reed has had enough. He grips Marcus by both upper arms and swings him physically around, slamming him into the opposite wall. Wait your turn, Reed says. Marcus glowers at him, hand lifting to wipe at his face. I was done anyway. It takes all the patience Reed has left to keep from punching him in the face. Only the sound of squabbling behind him forces him to abandon Marcus and see to the kids. Savages, that is. He wades through them as they fight each other for water and stands beside the thin waterfall, feeling moisture on his skin as it tumbles happily over the rocks, spraying him with the excess. The kids groan while his own thirst is almost his undoing. Takes turns, those most in need first. Megan gestures her forward. She looks like she can't believe her good fortune, but freezes up. Milo gives her a good-natured shove from behind. She looks up at Reed with relief and thanks in her eyes before plunging her face into the water. He lets her drink for a 10 count, then gently pulls her free. There's lots, he says. You'll get another turn. She grins, nods, wipes her face on her sleeve, and hugs him around his waist. Too hard it takes his breath away before dodging off. Cole, the skinny boy's blue eyes light up, but he shakes his head. Alex needs it more than me. I had water yesterday, and I know he's been longer. Reed wants to hug the boy. Everyone relaxes instantly, like his willingness to sacrifice makes it all okay. Fine, Reed says. Alex, but Cole, you're after him. No excuses. The rest of the watering goes smoothly and quickly, so much so, Reed doesn't have to police it after Alex pulls himself away on his own. It's not long before everyone has had a turn, and only Reed and Layla stand next to the waterfall. You next, he says. No, you. Is that a smile? Reed finds himself smiling back. Just have a drink, would you? She does, one hand squeezing his arm and thanks as she moves past. And then she is done, and he is drinking, and his throat thanks him while his stomach groans, his whole body begging for more. He pulls back, knowing he has to stop. His first experience over drinking in the forest above proved to him he has to take it slow. He can hear someone groaning and knows it's Marcus, but has absolutely no sympathy. Next round, this time, drink your fill. They do. It takes a while. Reed wishes they were camels and could carry enough with them to keep them going for days. He fills the meager water bottle and stuffs it in his pocket. No one gets barely a mouthful, each until it will be empty again, but at least it's something. They all wait around for Marcus after he pukes up his stolen water, gets his breath back and returns to the stream. By the time he is back on his feet, everyone is impatient to get going. Reed gestures for Marcus to lead the way. He does without a word. Shoulders hunched forward, head down. The rest of the kids are changed, however. Soft chatters fills the tunnel, even the odd laugh. The brief respite and the water has filled them up, giving them hope again. Reed knows there's hope. Their hope is short-lived, that none of them may survive to get out. But he makes sure he has Alex keep track of where the waterfall is, just in case they need to find it again. A long shot, considering, but one Reed needs to keep in reserve anyway. At the next break in the passage, Reed catches a hint of fresh air. His nose strains for more of it, but it is gone as fast as it came. After a moment, he is sure he imagined it, though part of him hopes the explorers will come back and tell them they found an exit. That would be bad, and Reed knows it. There's no way they are past the fence yet. They haven't come far enough. Besides, they've been traveling down deeper underground since they found the stream. The descent sometimes so steep they were forced to hang on to the rough walls to make it to the bottom of the grade safely. The rest of their day continues the way it began. exploring side tunnels, some of which are blocked off, some that have branches of their own. No one asks Marcus what he thinks anymore, despite the fact he still marches at their lead. Instead, all eyes swing back at Reed every time a new path shows up. He knows it's silly to keep playing this game, but he can't help himself. Maybe it's still his reluctance, or maybe it's a vindictive streak against Marcus, knowing how uncomfortable this must be making him. But for whatever reason, Reed remains at the back of the pack and only nods when they stop to look at him like that. Oh, give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Got it. They don't need his guidance anymore anyway. They now take it upon themselves to split into groups to explore. Reed studies the odd exposed beam of wood as thick or through as he is, holding up the walls and ceilings. To him, it seems as if the mind is getting older the deeper they go. And for some reason, that seems wrong to him. This isn't right. Cole is next to him. Alex on the other side, still with his trusty lump of limestone. Reed isn't the only one who noticed it. Everything should be getting newer the further we go. The outer edge should be the oldest, shouldn't it? Cole is right. Unless we're in the oldest part, Alex offers in his little voice, squeaking up into the high register, and we're heading toward the newer, or will at some point. Cole thinks about it and then grins. He's right. His blue eyes sparkle at Reed in light of the bulb they are passing, which means you were right all along. Of course. If they are passing through an older section, could they be on their way to an exit? Suddenly, Reed feels a whole lot better. Let's keep this up. Let's keep this to ourselves, he says to the boys, just in case. Don't want to get hopes up if we're wrong. They both nod like he's entrusted them with his biggest and best secret and march beside him again, this time with thin shoulders back and a confidence in them that makes Reed smile. His good humor is gone when he hears Marcus snap. Shut up! His arm rises, falls, someone cries it out, and everyone stops in their tracks. Reed pushes his way to the front and finds Megan on his knees, clutching her face, a thin trail of blood running from the corner of her mouth. His fury is instantaneous and as hot as the sun. In a wash of red and a surge of roaring in his head, Reed finds himself standing over Marcus, the taller boy on the ground, nose gushing, eyes huge on the ground. Eyes huge, Reed's hand aches, the same one that he used to pound on Joel, but he doesn't care. Can't think, can barely speak. His words come out in a growl, filling the tunnel. Don't you ever touch her again. His body is shaking. He can't control it. Reed wants to beat Marcus' face the way he did Joel's, pound him into an unrecognizable pulp. He doesn't recognize this part of him, wonders in a small part of his rational mind where this is coming from, while the rest of him demands he kills this piece of trash for hurting an innocent girl. That same girl tugs at Reed's arm, still crying, but gaining his attention. It's okay, she whispers. It's not his fault. He told me to be quiet and I wouldn't. Reed's rage surges and subsides. It's not okay, he tells her. Ever. You understand me? He spins on them all. We don't hit each other or hurt each other. That's what the hunters do. What people like Joel do. Reed throws that last remark at Marcus. We're not like them. You did. Alex is watching him, rock clutched to his skinny chest like a doll. The last of Reed's temper runs out of him. I know, he says. I was wrong. We need to fight the hunters, not each other. But I will defend you. He has never felt so fiercely about anything in his entire life. And I won't let anyone hurt you. He turns back to Marcus. Anyone. Reed holds out his hand. Marcus snarls, ignoring it, dragging himself to his feet. Nice words, Marcus says. Like anyone here can trust you. If you're not making stupid decisions that put us in danger, you're abandoning us. He made a face. I thought you were going to leave us the moment you had the chance. Reed doesn't look at Layla, but he catches her stricken expression out the corner of his eye and can't believe it. She told Marcus. She told Marcus. Reed wants to hit himself again, but doesn't. Instead, he rolls his shoulders forward in a shrug while everyone waits for him to tell them it isn't true. I said that, Reed admits it. The sigh of disappointment cuts him as much as any hunter's claws could. I meant it too when I said it. I just lost my best friend. Reed feels a flash of guilt at the thought of Drew. I didn't want to feel responsible for any of you, just in case. Just in case you get us killed too. Marcus is finally in Reed's face, as though sensing he has no will left to fight. Reed understands Marcus now. He's been waiting for this, for Reed to show weakness. His hatred for Marcus shoves his grief aside, and his fury comes rushing back. Marcus immediately retreats, but Reed knows the damage has been done. He can tell as he looks at them. They don't trust him anymore. Reed takes his place at the end of the line again, but this time Alex and Cole keep their distance. It makes Reed very sad for some reason. He'd been getting used to having them with him, enjoying their company like he never thought he'd enjoy anyone's company again. They march on. The ground is so uneven. Now Reed finds himself helping some of the kids when they slip and fall. They're exhausted, and he admits so is he. His hand is throbbing, and he wonders if he finally broke a bone. Nothing he can do about it, but at least he can flex his fingers still. When they reach the next crossing, Milo returns with news. I found a cave. Everyone looks interested, but they are too tired to care too much. Perfect place to sleep, maybe? That gets their attention. All eyes turn to Marcus. Reed sees it happen and feels the pain of it even more when Marcus puffs up his chest like he made the discovery personally. Let's have a look. They follow Milo down the tunnel into the site. It's dark inside, but the mouth is fairly wide, and the interior seems large enough to hold them all. Reed has to admit it's a good idea for them to rest off of the path if they can, but something about the darkness gives him the creeps. Everyone surges into the space and collapses in the cool quiet. Marcus ignores them all, disappearing into his own corner of the dark. Reed waits by the entrance, unable to bring himself to enter. It's as though his instincts are telling him something is wrong. Since when were they so strong? In this rage of his, he doesn't understand what is going on with him. Reed collapses in the tunnel across from the entrance, right under the bulb. It shines a clear path just inside, enough he can see Layla and Milo. Milo looks angry. His whisper's too low for Reed to make out what he is saying. But he can see Layla is crying, and when Milo leaves her for the darkness, she huddles there in the beam of light, miserable. Reed considers comforting her, but can't bring himself to approach her. She betrayed him, told Marcus things Reed said to her in a time of grief. He can't believe she did that to him. And when she looks up and meets his eyes this time, she's the one who can't hold his gaze at all. He wants to stay awake to watch over them while he sinks further into his anger and resentment. But he is so tired, and despite his feelings about Layla's actions, it's not long before Reed falls asleep. So it looks like we're at a different chapter, but it looks like it's actually a pause.
Oh yeah.
Okay, actually, yeah, it's like a pause, but it's like 5 more paragraphs. So I can finish that up, and then we're done with the chapter.
Okay.
All right. Okay, give me 1 second. Reed jerks awake to the sound of slurping. It's such an odd thing to become aware of. It takes a while for his exhausted brain to even figure out where the noise is coming from. When he does, he instantly feels his anger rise. One of the kids is stretched out near the entrance to the cave, his sneakers showing, but only his silhouette visible in the soft glow of the light bulb. He is hunched over, making soft smacks and grunts. Reed recognizes what he's hearing at last. Those are eating sounds. Reed's fury spreads through him, chasing away the last of the sleep that lingers. Someone's been hoarding food while they are all starving and has the nerve to eat it, whatever it is, right there in front of everyone while they sleep. Why not sneak down the tunnel and gorge on the stolen prize then? His rage builds as his anger forms a heartless plan. Reed eases himself up and slides over the dusty floor to confront the guilty party. He plans to scare the crap out of the boy and the rest of them at the same time. Someone should have been watching. which is a concept obviously no one thought of. Even him, a private and critical part of him, says, Reed slaps Sid aside, patience long run out. Meanwhile, his cramping stomach hopes the kid's hoard is larger than what he's cramming into his stupid, selfish mouth. Irrational in his anger, Reed finally reaches the boy as the disgusting sounds go on and on. Fury giving him strength, Reed reaches out with both hands and grabs the kid's feet, pulling him into the light. The boy slumps forward, eyes staring into Reed's, a shocked look on his face. Reed is about to ask him where the food is when several things get through his fury. First, he knows the empty stare, has seen it before, and understands even before he looks down. It's not the boy enjoying a meal. Second, something nestles in the hollow of the kid's stomach, a blackened fury something. It spins on Reed as he bends to look and hisses at him. All bright teeth and shining black eyes, glistening wet in the hint of light, Reed's shadow allows.
What?
Oh my goodness.
There's a monster in there?
Ah, wait,
Yeah.
wait. So it was eating the boy's stomach?
Yeah.
Wait, so when he put the boy into the light, the boy's stomach was like gone? Or like, wait, I don't get
Yeah,
it.
the boy dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
So the cave's not safe anymore.
What the heck? Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just drawing a picture of a frog.
Nice.
Yo, that's it. Yo, that is
I got into that though. I was enjoying that.
bro. I'm so confused because the last paragraph says, well, okay, so the last two paragraphs says the boy slumps forwards, eyes staring into Reed's, a shocked look on his face. Reed is about to ask him where the food is when several things get through his fury. First, he knows that empty stare, has seen it before, and understands even before he looks down, it's not the boy enjoying a meal. Second, something nestles in the hollow of the kid's stomach. What does that mean? Something nestles in the
The
hollow.
hollowed out stomach. His
What?
the cavity is empty. Think
Oh
of
my.
like the rib cage and below,
Yeah.
like
That
the
kid is
gut.
gone.
There's gone. It's gone. The innards are gone.
Oh my goodness.
He's saying he knows that hollow stare because
It's a
He's
dead
dead.
stare.
he's seen the dead, he's seen his friends get dead
Yeah.
by the hunters.
Yeah.
So like that's the stare.
Oh my goodness. Dang, man. This is creepy.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, man. This is what we've been looking at, bro. This is what we've been doing.
And then we've got my fantasy, but like lighthearted fantasy.
Right.
And then we go into his.
Diabolical stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is crazy. So this freaking thing then got inside the freak. This is crazy. Yeah, this is crazy. Sorry, Jeremiah, man. You had to witness this.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, he's enjoying this a little bit too much, Kay.
I am a fan of horror.
Oh my goodness, bro. Same. But I just wasn't expecting this. I don't know. Something about this just kind of threw me off.
Well, because like for the past few like chapters, I
Yeah,
guess it's only been like this was chapter 3, right?
yeah,
Only like 2 chapters or whatever. Even like part of the third. It
yeah,
kind of felt like we had like a almost a relief from like all of the last book they were
yeah.
like it was all
Hmm.
run and they were running from the hunters and like the monsters basically.
Yeah,
And so like when they got into the cave, it almost felt like a relief, even though they had like internal struggles,
Yeah,
like, Marcus and Reed, like with the leadership or whatever,
yeah,
all that stuff. They had like that kind of stuff, but like they didn't feel like they had to like worry. They felt like they could breathe easier
exactly.
because they didn't have to worry about monsters. But now apparently that's not the case.
It's not the case at all. Yeah,
Nope.
insanity, man. I got so into the book, I broke my glasses. My goodness.
Broke your glasses, huh?
Yep. I laid on them.
Oh
Oh my
man.
goodness.
Dang.
And I got to go to work tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Crazy.
Well,
Dang.
Yeah, it's what it is.
well, hopefully you can get them fixed.
Yeah, I'll try to get them fixed tomorrow. That's crazy. Y'all, this is good. This is really good. So good. I broke my glasses, man. That was intense. I ain't gonna even lie. That was intense. Wow. All right.
All right.
This
Have
is it.
All right.
This was it, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. This was
Been a great
amazing.
day.
Great day. Jay, remember, let Kay know. Please let her know, man, what groups you want. That way I can add
Yeah.
you into the privates and stuff so we can go ahead and get you locked in because
Yeah, for sure.
we enjoyed you. We enjoyed you, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's been me and Kay holding it down, but hey, Jay seems like he's making the entrance.
Let's
Hey,
go.
coming back, man. I told you.
Let's go.
I
I
told you when
love
I
it.
come back, it was coming back with a vengeance.
I love it, bro. I love it. It's good to have you back, man. It's so good to have you back. All
Yeah.
right. Well,
Okay.
All right. You guys have a good night. Much
y'all as
love.
well. Hey, if y'all need anything, reach out to me. Again, reach out in the group. We are here. Again, we're fam. Anytime. It doesn't matter the time of night, anytime, just reach out. And I'm sure one of us will respond. Love y'all.
Much
Bye.
love. Bye.
Good night. Bye.